can hate the other leaders and prove back to William Ruto. William Ruto, let me tell you.
But there's been allegations.
Whatever little chance that existed that the mountain could ever listen to you. The events of Wednesday, of looting businesses owned by the Mount Kenya people, of torching them, of getting police to supervise the looting of their businesses, and then trying to blame their sons through parliament. That thing in parliament, it was a charity because, Michelle, if Rigathi Gachagua has broken the law, it is not parliament to say. You know, if Meadow has broken the law, it is not parliament to say. It is not parliament to ask police to take action. If Kimani Ichung'wah, his father, was to be attacked, does he go to cry in parliament, or he goes and record a statement and say, Michelle or so and so came to attack my father? That was a stage money thing in parliament to try to persuade the people of Mount Kenya that all the businesses that were looted at night under police supervision, on the instructions of the government, they wanted to blame me and other people. We see through you, and I've told them, come and arrest me today. Go and arrest Kakuya. Go and arrest Major Dom.
So you don't fear arrest?
We don't fear the arrest. But all I can tell them, the people of our region and our supporters kept quiet when they removed us from office. I am a very peaceful man. I ask my people, please don't take any action. You are very unhappy with what William Ruto has done to us as a community by taking our seat, by embarrassing us. Please just sing. But I am saying, I no longer have the control of my supporters. They are angry, and any attempt to harass us, any attempt to intimidate us, will be dealt with by the people. I can tell you,
right.
the mood on the ground.
From this, Mr.
The mood, I want to tell you,
you mentioned that this is a plot to alienate the Mount Kenya region, like he did with Uhuru Kenyatta.
Yes.
But what was your role in that? There are allegations you led the campaign to alienate Uhuru Kenyatta, including the attack.
I have told you, William Ruto conned an entire community, I included.
So I
have owned it up. I have apologized to the community. But I was not alone. He conned bishops. He conned reverends. He conned pastor. He conned all of us. He cannot do it a second time. This whole thing of Wednesday was a scheme by William Ruto to touch businesses belonging to the Mount Kenya people, loot them, and then try to blame it on their leaders so that they can hate us the way they hated Uhuru Kenyatta. Yeah?
But you have no evidence.
I am?
Do you have evidence?
That we have evidence. What evidence do you need, Michelle? These businesses were touched when police are watching. These policemen belong to the government. What other evidence do you need? I'm asking, since Wednesday, Michelle, how many goons have been arrested? Protesters in Kerugoya were arrested. 25 are taken to court. The goons who touched a supermarket in Kerugoya have not been arrested. The goons who touched things in Nyeri have not been arrested. The people who touched things here in Nairobi and looted, they have not been arrested because they cannot be arrested because they were sponsored by the government. And everybody knows. And I want to tell my friend William Ruto, when you are in a hole, my brother, you stop digging. Don't dig deeper. You have persecuted our community. You have humiliated our community. You now have a scheme on how to destroy their businesses and try to blame their leaders. And then you want to persecute their leaders. The wall you are starting with the mountain and the people of Kenya, you will not be able to control it. You go ahead and do what you want to do. Kipchumba Murkomen, you say you want to arrest me tonight. Please just go ahead. I'm here. You know where I am. You don't even have to wait for this interview. You can come after this. But I want to tell you, the people have had enough. You know, this persecution of the community, this humiliation of the community is too much, you know, and I don't think it's going to happen again. And the people are not going to allow it because where it has reached now, it's just too much, you know. How do you organize goons to destroy businesses belonging to a community that voted you into office under police supervision?
Let's talk about why there are protests on the streets to begin with. And what Kenyans are asking for is good governance, better governance at the end of the day. Gen Z are saying Ruto must go.
Yes.
That's what you are saying, Mr. Gachagua.
Yes.
But the president says that's your entire plan. Ruto must go. That you have no vision behind that.
That's what he says.
To him
President Ruto says we have no plan. We have a plan to send him home. It's a very important plan in the whole matrix.
And then what?
We have plans to restore the dignity of the payslip. We have plans to restore the health systems. We have plans to restore the education system. We have planned to have justified things are working. Things are working. President William Ruto must be sent home. That is our plan. That is a plan of Gen Z. Indeed, it's a plan by the people of Kenya. As we go around the country, I heard him today crying about one term. There's nothing he can do. Okay. That is a clarion call, one term.
Part of what you said is that you would like to fight for the dignity of the pay slip.
Yes.
Because Kenyans feel raided,
yes.
so to speak,
yes.
by the taxation under the Kenya Kwanza administration. How do you plan to do that?
We must have reasonable taxation. Michelle, the housing levy. Nobody wants government to construct houses for you. That's not the work of government. The work of government, Michelle, is to do roads, water, electricity, sewage, and create a good environment by provision of security. It's not the work of government to build houses. Michelle, you build your own house, depending on your capacity and your ability. So we are taxing people money to go and build houses that they don't need. Nobody is interested in that housing program. So that one we are going to scrap. We are going to scrap that the housing levy so that we start giving a relief to the pay slip. The issue of NSSF, it's something that needs to be discussed. You cannot impose, force people to save, because people are saving on their own, by the way. And saving is an individual decision, Michelle. You may want to live your good life now when you are young and energetic, and you cannot force people to save. So that is something else we are going to look into. Again, Michelle, we want to tax people. And people have no problem with the taxation. What people want is proper utilization of their taxes. We don't want to tax people to go and put up renovate state house and lodges for William Ruto. Those state houses have been there since 1900. He is spending billions of shillings renovating that state house like he's going to live there forever or like it's a personal house. It isn't. We are saying that our administration will have reasonable taxation and will do proper utilization of those taxes to the benefit and satisfaction of the people of Kenya. Right. So let's talk about the DCP party, which is a vehicle that you've coined to get into power. Now, critics say that your party's leadership is dominated by tribesmen and political allies from the Mount Kenya region. Others say that the cousin tag that you've coined that is now going viral is you repackaging tribalism as a reform to make it cool. Why has it been so difficult for you to shed off that tribal tag? Well, that is a narrative by William Ruto. William Ruto is an expert in creating narratives. I've just told you he created for us, the mountain people, a narrative that Uhuru Kenyatta is a drunkard and useless, and we believed him. He's a very believable fellow. But as we go on, people are learning that he's a liar and he's deceptive. My party, the party that I have formed, DCP, is not a tribal party. The deputy party leader, Cleophas Malala, is from Kakamega. He's not from Kirinyaga or Nyandarua. The Secretary General, Hezron Ubaga, is from Kisii. That is not Embu. The Deputy Secretary General, Ole Kamwaro, is from Narok. That is not Embu. The Deputy Secretary General Strategy, Mabli Owino, is from Kisumu. That is not Wamanyoro. Let me tell you, it's a narrative created by William Ruto. According to William Ruto, when he and Raila Odinga gets together, that is national integration and national unity. If Rigathi Gachagua sits with Fred Matiang'i, with Kalonzo Musyoka, with Eugene Wamalwa, and others, that is tribalism. Tribalism, according to William Ruto, is anybody who is not in his praise and worship team. But if you agree to sing his song, you are a nationalist. And in matters tribalism, look at today at the promotions that were done by the Department of Defense. All the senior positions were given to his tribesmen. And he is in everywhere saying people are tribal. If you look at parastatals in Kenya, there are about 250. 92 of them, the CEOs are from the Kalenjin community. That is tribalism. If you look at key institutions, You know, even where he has given other communities, he has put PSs from his community under them. And let me tell you, why has the cousin narrative gone viral? If it was a bad thing, why would it go viral? You know, William Ruto cannot dictate to us how to refer to each other. I am looking for my family lineage. Yeah? The Kambas are my cousins because the language they speak and the one I speak, we understand each other. The Mijikenda are our cousins. The Kisis are our cousins. The Luyas are our cousins. The Kurias are our cousins. You know? The Masais are my in-laws. Right. You know? The Meru, the Embu are my brothers and sisters. William Ruto cannot dictate to me on how to relate with the family. You know? And he should keep on family matters. You know? He can relate with Raila Odinga. He calls him his brother. We don't have a problem. The Luyas and the Luos have been calling each other Chemeji. Nobody has ever had a problem. Let me tell you where the whole of this thing is. This annoyance is the place of the mountain in Kenyan politics. The mountain, because of their numbers, where they are, is a winning lot. William Ruto is bitter that he won the election with the mountain. The mountain has left him to join others. And that is why they are saying this casting thing is a bad thing. But when the mountain voted for him, he was very happy. He never called us tribal. He was saying we are very good people. He was always visiting us. We don't have a contract with him. And he shouldn't have a sense of entitlement that the mountain must be with him. Right. The mountain has left him. The mountain is with other people.
Let's talk about governance.
And the sooner he appreciates that the mountain people have a democratic right to work with other Kenyans, not him. It cannot be by force because he wants to force us to like him or to vote for him. And we will not. We have a responsibility. We have a democratic right to work with Kalonzo. We have a democratic right to work with Matiang'i. We have a democratic right to work with Eugene Wamalwa. We have a democratic right to work with the Mijikenda. Why is he having a problem with that?
I'm glad you bring us there. Let's talk about good governance. That is what Kenyans want. But we've seen you under the DCP party align with several people. We've seen Moses Kuria previously, Justin Muturi, Mithika Linturi. Yourself and these men have essentially been branded political rejects of the Kenya Kwanza administration. Linturi, for example, faced a motion to remove him from office for gross misconduct. Is the team you're fronting the best you can offer as alternative government for Kenyans, Mr. Gachagua?
We are not political rejects because the people of Kenya never rejected me. It's William Ruto who rejected me. Justin Muturi was not rejected by the people of Kenya. He was rejected by William Ruto. Mithika Linturi was rejected by William Ruto. It's only William Ruto who rejected us. William Ruto is not the equivalent of the people of Kenya. That anybody he has a problem with is a reject. And you must ask yourself, where is the problem here? These are all people who supported William Ruto. But he has disagreed with all of them, and he says they are incompetent. He is the only one who is competent. But you must ask yourself here, who is competent? Because after I have left, nothing has changed. After Kuria left, nothing has changed. Across Kenya, they have all stored. So in matters, incompetence, it's William Ruto who is incompetent. But he's very quick. It's like in the streets, when pickpockets or fellows who do mugging, you know, they would steal something from you, then shout, thief, 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 thief. That is what William Ruto does, to hide his own incompetence. He has changed his cabinet 4 times. Nothing has changed. So what is a common denominator? That there is failure in government in Kenya, that nothing is working. The common denominator across the whole scenario is William Ruto. So you cannot say that we have been rejected by who? We have been rejected by one person, and as it works, the people of Kenya are also rejecting him because with the time they have realized where the problem is.
All right. We have several people fronting themselves as alternative leaders or for alternative leadership in the country. We had the retired Chief Justice David Maraga saying that he's positioning himself as the Gen Z candidate. You've also been speaking the Gen Z language, but which one of these candidates, you included, is actually listening to the Gen Z? Are you really listening or just using them, riding on the wave?
The Gen Z are very bright people. They are marvelous young people. I have such tremendous respect for them. You know, they know who they can trust in this country. The Gen Z know at their lowest moment when they were being killed and massacred by William Ruto and Kithure Kindiki, when everybody was demonizing them, when William Ruto was calling them criminals, who came to stand for them? It was Rigathi Gachagua. I sacrificed my job as deputy president, a very good job with the parks, with security, with all abievents, you know, and I said, I want to start with these children. And I attracted the wrath of William Ruto for starting with these young people. It's these young people, the Gen Z, who will look at the whole political landscape and will decide where they want to place their trust. And I think they are intelligent enough to know what they want to do. I don't want to force myself on the Gen Z. All the time I'm being accused of funding them or financing them, you know. And what has happened is that the Gen Z have appreciated me and accepted me because I'm always being accused of being their leader, of being the one who is financing them, who is doing this and that. But all I have done is stand with them and stand for them, and I'll continue to do so. And I'm sorry, I'm told that they have taken away the security of Chief Justice David Maraga because of appearing to support the Gen Zs. That is how petty this administration is. That is Kipchumba Murkomen. If somebody is seen in the streets, except, you know, it's democracy. Going to show solidarity with the Gen Zs is part of our democracy. Now, taking away the